Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the African Crypto Warlord, and today we are going to be looking into how to trade the reverse wave trend. Okay, in a lot of my analysis, we see these little orange bands and green lines. So far there's been more green lines than red lines. Okay, now the general idea is this is the 15-minute that you're looking at, and this is for, how do I put it, if I was to trade low time frames like the 1 minute, I'll be in the ranges here, seeing if they're going to break those. And then furthermore, this is just for further out higher term time frames, anything above the 90-minute, where's the mean reversion points are. So if I'm on the 15-minute, I can super zoom in and see that the mean is at 24,650, and generally any closes below there, as you can see here, any closes below there will want to push it more to the downside. So the general idea being is, if it comes in, down, bounces on this one, 25,639, and fails to hold above these, inside these two bands, then I know it wants to target the mean. Furthermore, fails there, it wants to target down here. So downside target would be 23,693. These are intraday levels, by the way. 24,670. And to hold this Bullish structure, you just need to keep it above 25,632. There is a mean that's starting to break out. So what I do expect is, as the lower term reverse wave trend, this one that's quite tight here, these two little orange bands, as this bottom side band breaks through, I do expect a pullback. But we'll just have to see if it pumps into that pullback, or if it crosses and then pumps. Like, how big is the pullback? So we'll see. Generally, if the mean is above, I do expect a touchdown into any one of these levels. So people can look at that as like a 2 standard deviation move. I don't know. That's how they can look at it. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to use the same idea, and we will construct it up on the 5-day, but the 21-day is pretty good. So any closes below 26,900 is still bearish. Okay, just to get a perspective. Sorry, these are the dark candles, but you can see it pretty much just likes to hang around at any one of these lines. Comes up, gets down, gets nailed, driven through, quick mean reversion plays, and back down. Okay, so reverse wave trend, we came off at 17 grand, hitting its mean. If it holds above this target that it's at, just call it 26,700. Yeah, 26,700. It has the opportunity to mean revert to 31.76. Now we do a volatility analysis to see if it has the strength to break through. So currently it's saying yes, there is the strength to go hit our previous target at 28k, which I brought up on the 7-day distribution cones, which I'll put up here on the top right. Just watch the intro to the video, it's maybe like a minute long, and you'll just see 22k to the downside. And if it holds above 22k, it's still bullish for long term. But furthermore, if it doesn't break 28k, it's still bearish for very long term. Okay, so that's how I can simplify that. Anyway, so that's above our 28k target, but that just says 21-day does have the legs to maybe wick up into 28k. So now we go looking for targets in that region. So this is our 14-day. What is our 14-day mean? Our 14 days, $27,796. So $27,700 dollars. And I don't put a lot of weighting on a 14-day, but when it does come, I don't wait. So we have a mean reversion here at the last wick, maybe a little bit more upside to fulfill that, but then it puts itself on top of the 21, which would be maybe a doji, holds itself above there, doji, and then fails, which could be the reason over here. Comes up, it's above on the 21-day, but it's below on the 14-day. Alright, so anyway, so there is expansion for it to have maybe a last little pop-up in there, but we saw on the 15-minute that the intraday time frame needs to hold above key levels. Alright, so what do we got here? We got the 7-day. 7-day will be marking off from 17k, hold above $24,300. You can look for continuation to the upside, and its limit is $31,300. to the upside on 7 days. So we do know the 28k target is in here, and that would pretty much invalidate any pump that's coming up into it. So this is our 5-day analysis that we have over here. This one's pretty cool because it's a lot more actionable within your trades, because it gets faded both sides, so you know that it's always a magnet. Okay, so here's the $27,570 is the top side of the 5-day. So depending on the tools that you're using, you might be able to, you'll be in the general region as well, maybe a couple percent off. Alright, not even a couple percent, this is quite tight, so a few percent tight off. Alright, now what am I looking for over here? I'm going to be looking for volatility, positive drift to break through, or expansion in volatility to break through. What I would need to see for a longer term mean reversion above 28k, so to hold it above this 5-day line, is I need to look for positive drift to form above the orange line. That's volatility contracting, whilst negatively correlated, which pretty much means it's unwinding to the upside. Alright, now, or expansion. So either one of those activities has got us here. Now the expansion phase has gotten us from the one outlier, well, from the mean, pretty much from this little outlier here, bull div, boom, and it's put us up into the top side of this current outlier. Now usually what happens in volatility is that it starts to contract. So we've had a few candles come in, and as you can see here, there's a contraction phase that comes in. Alright, and I expect the contraction phase to get hit. Alright, and it looks like it's going to be round about in this region from here. Anytime from this price to there, the contraction phase can come in. Alright, and what this essentially means is that there's negative drift, because the volatility is going down the hill, and it's going to say that price action is also going down the hill. Volatility first, then the volume. Get the direction of volatility right, and then you can carry on adding on in higher volume. Anyway, so the negative drift on the 5-day is what I am expecting to put up a very big fight here at 28k. So could it take 10 days to break through from, okay, so we haven't touched there yet. We've also just started this 5-day analysis, so we're 12 hours into the first 4 days and 13 hours, and this can be a fighting range. So I expect a candle close above here and another 5 days worth of candle action to close above said price, and that's when I'll look for continuation up, because that will back the 7-day analysis distribution coin, which was the previous Bitcoin video. Alright, that backs this region as a comfortable unwinding back to the mean of whatever it was, 45 grand or something like that. Okay, and if that negative drift comes through the book, it will be a lot harder to short, because the bots and the algos, they're just going to pretty much be putting in hidden bull div after hidden bull div after hidden bull div. It doesn't matter how low it goes, or like into its range, there's going to be a hidden bull div, and it's so much easier to have the positive drift push the hidden bull div through, because it has the mean reversion phases so much cleaner, and they're harder to see, but they're also, because they're slower, they take a long time to play out. So that's sort of with positive and negative drift. So you'd expect positive drift above here, but my initial, what is the next best phase, is a contraction phase. So if they can print it above said 5-day $27,750, $27,000 and $604, so $27k, $600, you can close it above there and have the positive drift hold above there. So in order to have the 5-day positive drift kick through and do something like that, you need to start looking at the lower term time frames. And now the lower term time frames will have to suggest that they hit an outlier and have a bull div in this region here. Okay, so any failures from where we are here, you can expect that back down to the 3-day re-entry on the reverse wave trend at 24,640. So that's the first downside target that I'll do. I want to do a volatility analysis. So it is in a trend to the upside, so there's going to be a little bit more buying pressure. There you go. 12 hours starting to kick up. 15 minutes on that guy. 6 hours starting to kick up. I need to undo that. Okay, so what are we looking for here? You're looking for continuation from the 12 hour. All that needs to happen is carry on with this expansion phase that we're getting here. Boom. keep it up. And the reason why this hasn't really run that far is because this cloud hasn't mean reverted yet. And as soon as that happens, it will tell you, okay, instead of it being 55% bullish, it'll pretty much be 76% bullish. And then you'll have 76% win rate. Anyway, what are we looking at here? This is the 6-hour expansion, still in its trend, looking for continuation up. And who's that? This guy is also looking to match up. So I like the 3 hours. So the 3 hours looking for a long-legged play. We do know that we have a couple targets, pretty much 1 grand above here, that will need to be nailed, and that will decide if it gets to 28k. And 28k is the ultimate decider, I would say, for the next year. If you're going to hold above 28k for a year from here, well, then you're ace. If it holds below, you're going to be out. Well, not out. Yeah, you'll be out. You'll be short. Anyway, so the contraction there, that's 50-50. So the 3 hour should swing that around. What we have here, you're looking for some positive drift, and by the end of this, and more than likely by the time it's updated and uploaded, it'll be too late. But you're looking for the contraction phase now to come in. And if this contraction phase hits, this is what I'm expecting to happen for the 5-day, is 1 candle worth of contraction, and it's already moved from this highest peak, boom, down into negative correlation. And it's pretty much telling me that there's 89% bulls there, minus this percentage, literally. Okay, so waiting for mean reversion phase, so I'd say it's 70% bullish, just waiting on it to print 71 for continuation. And then here's the 15-minute, and we can put the VRE levels on. Now, this will be quite interesting as you start getting into these VRE levels. Alright, so this would be a VRE level that we can match up with. This is the 5-day. Here's the 5-day. So we'll match up a VRE level for today's intra price range from the 5-day. So that's $27,608 and $27,608 is nowhere here. So it's about this play, vertical or horizontal, I mean. So there, lift it up just to ANG. Okay, so just call it roughly from there. I don't know why that is displaying. And this can be your upside range. So it is roughly, go away. Okay, 2.8 to the upside. I do not understand TradingView. I pay for the pro package, bro. I don't know if this happens on a premium package, because y'all ballers out there. My ping ain't fast enough, but as you can see, it's fast enough today. And the mean reversion to 3.5% to the downside. It can hold this trend if it can hold above this reverse wave trend, which is currently minus 1.8% to the downside. Alright, so that is a target for very, very high term time frames. I could get quite wild up here. I would refrain from using anything other than my 5-day as a range from here. We demarcated that, and I know that this target gets set. So let me get this number. What's that? 26,885. 26,885. 26,885. So that's the 21-day mean. 26,885. So that's pretty much where we are today. Yeah. Alright, so any failures below this line, you look for mean reversion. I'll be the asshole to say it. Any closes below that line, you look for mean reversion back down to 16 grand. Any closes above that, above this blue line, and you look for continuation to 37,781. So I hope that was helpful. If you did find it helpful, please do smash the like and subscribe button, as that could be the full strategy that you see here. Close below this JMA, usually keep it red, and if it pushes red through here, look for continuation down, continuation down. If it can hold this green, bounce off, make green, it'll have another test. My little green line just needs to stay green all the way through these levels. And as you can see, they are pretty good. Here we've played with a reverse wave trend who matches. Go away. There we go. So that's where we're sitting with regards to that green line's levels. Alright, closes below there. Boop. Park it back down to the downside. That's a mean reversion play. We've demarcated these levels. I hope you guys have a helpful and beautiful rest of your day. I will give you daily mean is down at 24,748, untouched. Weekly mean, previous weekly mean, previous daily mean also remains untouched. Weekly mean remains untouched. Monthly mean remains untouched. And I will do it this way. We'll go down, drag that way, lift it up. Go like this, zoom out. I'm gonna be that asshole, because this is the 21-day mean. Any failures below here would make sense for a continuation down to the monthly mean, which is untouched. We've had so much chaos and disorder in the market this month, and you're telling me we haven't even touched this monthly mean. So to me it's a setup. Otherwise it comes back and will be here maybe by the end of the year if it breaks out and holds above, let's say, these two blue lines. These are very pivotal moments for me, 5-day and 21-day means. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. Ciao Bella, African Crypto Warlord, out.